Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away! Go!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda. All right, good evening again, family. How yous going? And we're going to start another week in the shit show and see where it leads us, eh? That's about all we can do. But look, again, plenty going on there. Now, I was supposed to do a show this morning with Brad Wanzi. Mum had a bit of a bad day, guys, so I cancelled the show. Sorry, me and Mel went out and saw Mum, got her a coffee, and got her onto a little bus trip, and made a day a bit better than what it sort of started out. So again, we'll Brad and me are going to book sometime during this week, I think.
Mothers do come first.
Mums come first. Family comes first, guys. All right, Mum comes first. Okay, but yeah, that was anyway. That's just the way it goes. That's what we should be doing for our old folk, being there exactly when they want it, when they need us. All right. So I've spoken to Brad now. Help us here with sharing, guys. All right, because I'm talking to people even on Rumble, all right, that have trouble. You know what I mean? So again, just if you guys are on platforms where you got different groups and that out there, now's the time, guys. Start getting it out everywhere we can. Get the website, stoptherightsackforlife.org. Get it out there. Because what I'm hearing is, and a big high to Mission Beach, all right, she knows who I'm talking to up there, all right, starts with an L, we won't say no more, but anyway, Mission Beach, guys, Townsville, Cairns, Mission Beach, I'm told, look, told 75% of the community up there awake, all right, Townsville, Cairns, awake, a fair few people, I'm not saying percentages in them two towns, but yeah, definitely Mission Beach, that was relayed to me, so, it's working, guys. All right. So let's just keep getting it out there. Let's keep sharing it. All right. And just doing all you can do. All right. So, all right. Let's, a couple of things here. Direct debit, guys. We've had a few people just putting stuff out there that they've been asked to, now pay, their direct debit stop. They have to pay each month with their card. Now, to me, what that seems to be is, part of the, getting you over to the digital, all right? Because if they're not doing direct debits, it means that you got to get into the digital ID to actually pay for your bills. So I reckon that's another scam, all right, that the government's pulling on us. And I've got that off a couple of people now. So, yeah. Interesting. Righto. So out in the shit show, we've got, on the medical side, statin heart drug might also slash risk of over 20 different cancers. Well, I don't know who wants to take that case, guys, but that's just an absolute bullshit story. All right. Statin is causing more people more problems. All right. And once they get on it, supposedly very, very hard to get off it. Remember, we got in the disinformation realm, both Usher and Pink have deleted their entire X history. That's Usher with 7,000 tweets and Pink with 4,000. So it's interesting what's going on out there in the background, guys, with these people. They're all getting a little bit worried about it. Australia building more renewables than ever, and it's still not enough. And it will never be enough because it is a collapsing market. It is money laundering, sucking you dry, all right, to give you an infrastructure that will fail. Inflammation to metabolic disorders and mental illness in a new health report. Well, the questions you want to ask is, did we have this much before the jibby jab come out? But no one's going near it, guys. It's still the big elephant in the room, and they're not wanting to look at it. Urgent warning issued to Australia as immigration surges. Well, we chime on about it all the time. What are we going to do about it? I hope a few people got to the governors today around Australia or wherever, Monday up at New South Wales anyway. Haven't spoken to Frank yet, but hopefully, yeah, we've got more people turning up to actually stand up against these guys because they are just bringing them in. And, yeah, we've been putting out an urgent warning for a long time. So Labor's commitment to reducing my immigration was a joke from the start. We all know it. So Albo's getting called out again. And, yeah, interesting, guys. But they reckon this bill's not going to get through. All right, they reckon, that it's going to get held up. All right, Sky News Australia, they reckon political editor Andrew Clennell, yeah, it's predicted that the bill will not pass the Senate due to the current legislative deadlock between Labor, Greens, and Independents. So maybe for once they're doing something for us. Come in, Caz. You got a comment on that? Hopefully that's a good thing, like we can use these Muppets to actually stop something.
No, I think it's just a dead possum. See, what they're doing is they put this out so none of us actually, because at the moment what's going on is that, and I'll put this into you've got an opportunity, you've only got 1 week in order to fill out the Senate, get the feedback. I'll put it into there right now. So you've only got a week to do it. So what they're doing is they're basically playing possum. Just, dead possum.
Playing possum with your volume again, too.
They're playing with your volume again.
Why do they do this?
Because it annoys you.
They can.
Yeah, because it annoys me, I know. Because I can. All right, so no hands, guys. No hands. And
you're gone.
You're gone.
You're gone. Anyway, we'll get through it.
All right. Yeah, no, I just think that they're doing, I think that they're just playing possum. I think they're doing a dead possum so that we don't fill out this stuff. We don't ring out we don't basically contact our MPs and say that we don't want it. And that's why would he put it out for a week? And so because we have our inaction, they'll pass it by 1 vote or something, or somebody will not be there. A critical person will not be there.
You're all over it, Caz. I thought I'd lead you into it, but yeah, that's exactly what it would be, mate,
You cannot trust these people, Yeah, can't trust them. So, look, I know. So, look, I'm sorry. Look, no hands, guys.
You got again. Oh, well. Well, at least they know who the brains of the outfit is and who to shut up. They'll let me talk about any shit. They stop you from talking about the real stuff. Anyway.
I don't know about that. But anyway, I mean, they hit you as well. So, look. Why don't we start off? Nicola Charles has put this together. This explains it actually really quite well. And, so I'll just bring this in now.
I know what it's like now when my mum's hearing aids must play up.
Good morning, world, from a sunny Monday morning in Australia. I guess those chemtrailers are having a lie-in today. We've actually got some sunshine. This is an urgent share. It's a difficult share. I've been doing speeches all weekend in the city and in country Victoria, and I did always say that I would have full transparency with the Australian people about everything I learned on my journey into the body politic, which I'm sure is something they've already got enormous plans to stop me doing. This is very, very important. So I've been talking to Australians in the room, and they're absolutely not on board with any of the agendas, any of the policies, or any of the decisions being by this corporate Australian government, right? Now, something you must know is that there are a couple of reasons why you only have a corporate Australian government and not a Commonwealth Australian government in your true Commonwealth Parliament, which they've closed and called Old Parliament House. A couple of the reasons are this. The reason I say Anthony Albanese is not your prime minister, the common people, the Commonwealth, the wealth of the common people, is because he hasn't sworn his correct oath. And people say, oh, who cares if he hasn't sworn his correct oath? There's a very specific reason why he's sworn his correct oath. If he'd sworn his oath to the Commonwealth, to you, the common people of Australia, and he was undertaking what he is undertaking now, he could be tried for treason. But if they do not swear that, if they swear to the Queen of Australia or now the King of Australia, right, which is a corporate fiction so that you believe it's still part of the Commonwealth, then they cannot be tried for treason. Another reason is, if you think back to
Interesting.
All right, yeah, we'll leave it there. But yeah, she just does a really good job. Look, guys, it's only 7 minutes long. Go and follow her because she puts out really succinct stuff. And if you share her stuff to anybody, they'll get it. She explains it in a way far better than me. That she breaks it down so that anyone can understand it. So it's really good. So yeah.
No, look, some people are in there, and I trust Nicola to go in there and fight for us, guys. Does that mean I'm voting for her? No, but I mean, I do trust her to go in there and have a go. You know what I mean? And, some of these people we need to get in there. I'm not saying, I've always said that we're never going to vote our way out of this, all right? But the more pressure that we can keep on them with good, honest people like we presume they are, in there batting for us, the better off we are, guys, until we do get enough people together awake to actually, go and take the trophy off the mantelpiece.
That's it. All right, Chick had a what was it? Stand in the park, and she did this interview. Thank you, Chick.
How are you, mate? You've been here for a couple of weeks?
A couple of weeks, yeah.
Yeah. The council haven't been along to
They kept the stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Took the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I went and got another camp at the church.
At the church,
A blanket with a quilt. Camped up near the gardens up there.
Yep.
I'll go out for the service like come down here. I'll come over and sit at the seat, right? And push bike from the church. They gave me a push bike at the church.
Oh, well done, yeah.
That's $400 push bike. They said out for nothing.
Yep, you got a lock for it?
Not locked for it, no. I haven't locked for it yet. No, just
I haven't got you on camera.
No.
I'm just getting your story.
And they took my stuff. I'll come back here, I found it. All my stuff was back here. My food and all was back here.
Yep.
What I'm doing, hanging out for a smoke. I want no smoke.
I'll go and make you a smoke, mate.
I didn't smoke 2 days. 2 days I didn't smoke since Friday.
That's all right. And I noticed you've gone and got yourself a drink.
The lady gave me $10.
Yeah.
That lady over there gave me $10. I went and bought two. It cost $5 each.
Good on you.
Coffees.
I was going to say, I'll put the kettle on for you and make a cup up.
No,
now, how are you going for food?
No food. I got chips. I don't got chips. The box is empty, nothing in that.
So you haven't got anything to cook with?
The barbecue there.
Yeah. So
barbecue
you can,
there.
So
barbecue there. I heat up yourself.
Yep. The barbecue's free. Good. Well done. Well done.
Barbecue. And lights come on at night time.
Yes, they do.
Good lights come on at night time.
Yep.
I'm all happy.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
So, what about the men's refuge?
No, I don't want to go there.
You don't want to go there?
No.
You want to have somewhere by yourself?
I want to stay here by myself.
Yeah.
I got my swag, got good mattress. I'll pillow, my doona for pillow. I'm sitting on my big doona here.
So sad, isn't it? This is Australia.
Nice and warm. Nice and warm.
Yep.
My son told me hip ache, it's roll over. And top of the eye, hit one side aching and the other side I'm right.
Yep.
I go to the toilet down there. The toilets are in the corner there over there.
Yeah.
I go to the toilet, I went there before.
Thank Thanks, Chick, for that. We'll leave it there because we've got a full studio tonight. But man, it's just Australia 2024, and this is what we've got.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
And,
it's terrible.
And council and rangers, you know, I was getting a cup of coffee today, but I didn't even go there. But I got these, like, you know, New South people hanging everywhere you see. You got people with New South Wales government written on them. It's just unbelievable how top heavy we are with new government, like authority, you know, young kids, mate, running around with authority, you know what I mean? Thinking they're great, picking, finding people for this, that, and the other. It's just absolutely ridiculous, you know. It's just a bundle of control Nazis out there. It's unreal.
Well, it was the anniversary of the shrine, so let's just have a quick look at that and remember.
They're throwing stuff now, and okay, they're shooting. They're now shooting. There are kids here. They're shooting again.
We will remember. We will never forget. That was just, you know, that was war. Yeah, that was when they declared war on the Australian people that day, I reckon. Probably even before that, because, you know, they declared war. Well, who knows when the first time was. But, you know, once they used direct energy weapons or guns or anything else against the Australian people, that's a declaration of war. You know, so how long ago did it really start? You know, in the face like that. I mean, we know when it started. You know what I mean? Back with the Lima Agreement, probably, and before, but it was all planned. But unbelievable what they done to you people in Melbourne, man. Unbelievable. Oh, they done it to everyone, but down there, yeah, that was mad.
Renegade Rosie was out again.
Scott's come to tell us of his story. Thank you, Scott.
So my name's Scott Slater. I'm 43 years old. I had my Pfizer booster in January 2022. I developed a whole bunch of cardiac kind of issues after that, and when I contracted COVID for the first time 3 months later, I ended up having a stroke, and my cardiac symptoms have been ongoing really since January that time, 5 days after my booster. I have constant chest pains. My diagnosis is chronic myopericarditis, and yeah, it's been an ongoing uphill battle ever since I had my booster.
I am so sorry to hear this, Scott. You're a father with young children, and you're struggling. You couldn't work for a while either, I believe. Yeah,
I had to take an intermission from work. I stopped my work. I had to put my PhD studies on hold.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you so much for telling us your story.
No worries.
And thank you, Rosie, for bringing them to us.
Yeah, and hey guys, how blessed are you if you are watching this channel and you stood your ground and did not take it, right? All the bullets, it doesn't matter what they done to us, okay? You're very, very lucky, all right? And you've been, you know, mate, you're selected for this time, this era, all right? And look, we've got through, you know, what we've got through in 5 years now, going on to the 5th year. Right, and it has been absolutely insane, guys, what they've done to us. All right, but guess what? You're still here. All right, if you did take it, I hope you fixed yourself up. But yeah, for you people who never took it and stood your ground, congratulations, guys. You are the nucleus of the fight that is taking down the deep state, right, for the first time in history. Well done, folks.
Now, on that, there's a really good article by Claire Lehman, and she's put out the misinformation bill seeks to control public discourse, which we know. However, she outlines things like what they've already admitted. For example, they've already admitted that the reason why the Voice to Parliament failed is because of misinformation. In other words, people were sharing information. So people are actually not engaging with the television nor traditional media. They're actually looking for alternative views, and so that's why they need to actually they're in panic mode over this bill. Very good article, guys. It's circulating on social media, and I think it'll be up on the website. Go and read it because she outlines just a number of things. Okay, so just a number of things.
Guys, there's about 25 went up on the website tonight, all right? It's just not the show clips that we use in here. It's all the show clips that I've thrown during the day or whatever, or Cazz has gathered, you know what I mean, at the end of her day before she runs into the studio to bring them all in and do what we do. But, yeah, there's a heaps more there than what we put on the show, guys. It's some very interesting stuff too. So take your time out, right. Share the website out. This is our marketing tool, guys.
And on that, we've also got this article, and this is actually by a police officer, and it says no Australian wants to police pro-criminal economic zone. He actually cites how out of control the Victorian police were. He actually says here that the Victorian police went batshit crazy, and you know, he then goes on to say that a lot of cops quit as a result of COVID. So not only did they quit because of what the police were told to do to people, but they also quit because they didn't want the jabs. But he goes on to, that's right, and then he goes on to say that like it's becoming you know, sticking with the topic of violence and the ever increasing scrutiny. So they're putting themselves into harm's way in these with, well, he actually cites the Sudanese, but I would imagine it's just basically pretty much just, you know, people that are not from this culture, and they have a certain violence, and they're only getting paid basically $70,000 a year out of the academy for dealing with them. So he even actually cites a cloud and pivot strategy. So it's very interesting that it's a really good article as well. So yeah, that's actually on the note by the noticer. Now we also have, of course, Michelle Rowland. This is Australians versus the agenda of border assist. Listen to this.
Technology works in terms of accessing social media sites. Is that what we mean?
That's right. In terms of if you've got an age assurance technology, whether it's recognition, you know, facial recognition, or some other forms of assurance, it can actually vary. Andrew, there's no off-the-shelf solution for this, which is why we've been very deliberate in making sure that we are looking at a range of ages and reaching one that is appropriate for the circumstances.
Briefly, why is the ban necessary?
Well, I think twofold. Firstly, parents around Australia are looking for a normative value here.
Don't worry, you guys. It's not going to be compulsory. Well, Twitter, which is now known as X, has this wonderful element to it now where people can slap on community notes. And that's what they did, saying, look, this actually may be extremely misleading. Pretty ironic, don't you think? This is the government that wants to be the arbiter of truth, who are pushing their misinformation, disinformation bill, and yet they're getting fact-checked.
Sorry, that's the handle. It wasn't Australians versus the agenda. That was Mika Moose, I think he goes by. All right, and you've got also this one here where he actually tells us that he doesn't think it's going to get through.
Minister Michelle Rowland has also given a little bit more detail on the misinformation bill. There's been a bit of a scare campaign from the opposition here, but where is the government landing on this?
Well, I just don't think they're going to be able to get it through the Senate ultimately, as it seems to be the problem with a lot of things. So I don't think we'll see the light of day.
Yep.
Yep. We can't believe a word they say, guys. If it's coming off the mainstream, what have we learnt? Reverse it. Yeah.
That's it. All right, now we have this situation. None of us are surprised, of course, but we all should be outraged.
Palestinian refugees were vetted by ASIO after they were granted Australian visas. We cross live now to Rosanna Kingston in Brisbane. Rosanna, multiple visas were cancelled after those security checks.
Amber, there was ASIO received a list of visa holders in March, but an update a month later showed that 12 Palestinian visas were cancelled offshore following security checks. 5 were deemed a direct or indirect link to risk to Australia's security. 15 Palestinians had visas cancelled due to incorrect or non-genuine information. 7 individuals has visa applications refused while in Australia. ASIO has since assessed all onshore and offshore visa holders.
Unbelievable. So they just granted them a visa and then basically, just check these guys.
Yeah. Better check them out. It's like when they brought the COVID boat in. Well, we'll just like come in and infect Sydney with this. This will do. Shut down the western suburbs. Here we go. Plans in action. All by design.
It is all by design. All right, so Migration Watch, they've actually weighed in on why Australians are not having families. Okay, so
immigration impact a couple's financial capacity to have kids?
Well, this is the important question that nobody else is asking, so I'm really, really glad you're asking it. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the data on why people are delaying childbirth, why they're delaying family formation, the top reasons are for the economy. And if you look into it further, it's housing, wages, and just generally like being able to save money. And all of these things are being impacted by immigration. Immigration at its current rate is putting downward pressure on wages. So wages are currently at 2009 levels in real terms. It's putting upward pressure on rents, which is making the cost of living higher and higher, and it's making it harder to buy a home. So, I mean, yeah, people who are struggling, GDP per capita going backward, that's right. People, in a sense, are getting poorer. It's not all because of immigration, but immigration is the unspoken issue behind a lot of it, and it's an absolute tragedy. I mean, governments are saying we need to bring in migrants. And yes, migrants do bring benefits, but they're saying we need to bring in migrants because people aren't having enough kids. Well, we aren't having enough kids because we're putting too much pressure on the housing market with immigration. You know, the cure is actually worsening the problem. This is a spiral that we're stuck in at the moment.
You're not having kids because half of you's had the jab as well, and you've got problems with your your testicles and your ovaries. So, you know, another thing, and yeah, mate, prayers for a friend of ours, guys. All right, just you know, you don't need to know who. All you need to know is that you need to pray because this cabal's really hurt some people. All right, it really has, and a lot of people need our prayers out there. So that lady knows exactly who I'm talking about, and we're all praying for you and rooting for you. Cheers.
All right, so punters' politics have weighed in on the housing. Let's have a look at that.
Record for high house prices.
Yeah, up the boys. Full credit to them. It's almost like housing is essential, so we're just there making bank.
How do you think the Aussie punters are taking the loss today?
Yeah, well, I mean, full credit to them for going out there and giving it all they could without political connections or money to donate to politicians. You know, it's tough. But listen, I'm not too concerned about that. Aussies love camping, so they'll be right.
Well, amazing game. Who do you want to thank for this achievement?
Probably got to thank old Johnny Howard, mate. 20 years ago, halving that capital gains tax, letting negative gearing really do a thing. I mean, the property developers, they really lobby hard for us out there. The boys!
Prime Minister Albo is probably watching this. What would you like to say to him?
Yeah, massive thanks to Albo for keeping houses primarily as an investment vehicle to make money. It's good to see he's continuing the Aussie PM tradition of pretending to be concerned about housing while they're really letting us do our thing out there and just make heaps of money.
At the end of the game, it was a massive blowout. You guys ran away with it. What happened?
Yeah, well, I mean, we had the whole game stacked our way, and so the final quarter, immigration policy really opened it up, boosted rental demand, and so we ran away with it, able to put the final nail in the coffin of the Aussie punter, mate. So
now, there is some talk about housing becoming a human right or a public property developer to help level the playing field. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, that could change things up, but honestly, I'm not really concerned about it. You know, we'll just take it one record profit at a time. We've got the politicians in our corner. I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, mate, you've got a lot of money to count. We'll let you get to it.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Cheers.
He does it, you know, very, very well, man. And, like, it's exactly right. Everything he says, man, his satire is so good. But maybe he would have beat me to Seinfeld. I don't know. Yeah, maybe he would have. Who knows? Anyway, he's pretty good. I do like how he does it.
Oh, yeah, no, he does a great job. All right. Now, we got this here. We covered it a bit on Friday. So, Global Studies shares list of the best and worst 15-minute cities as experts weigh in. And no, in Australia Australian cities did not make the list. Like, this is just how dumb they think people are. They're actually basically, the way it's written is like, Australia needs to do better to be part of the 15-minute cities. No, we don't actually want the 15-minute. We want the infrastructure. Of course, it needs to be updated, but we don't want your 15-minute lockdown cities.
We need to be more like, places like, Bangladesh, guys. Bangladesh stood up, right? They threw out their government. They got another government in, All right. And is it perfect? No, but it's a hell of a lot better. And the people got, you know, sort of what they wanted and being, you know, let alone to actually live life over there, you know, and all it takes is for the population to stand. All right. And that's what we got to do here, Australia. We got to stand. All right. And once we do, we've got it, guys. All right. The trophy's there to be taken. All right. But we can't just take it with a couple of players. All right. You know, whether we won the game or not, on jurisdiction, on, you know, the Lima Agreement, on the Constitution. It doesn't matter what it is, the pedophilia, the kids. All right. We need the people, all right, to go and get the trophy. So that's our job, guys. Have we done lives? Did we do lives last week? You know, I know a lot of people are telling me they're putting brochures out. Jake's got no more brochures up there. Well done, guys. Absolutely brilliant. All right, now it's the newspaper. All right, let's go again. The whistleblower corruption paper. Okay, let's push it, guys. Get it out there. Thank you to those people that did. All right, we all do our little bit, guys, and this is how we pull this thing off. Because they're, you know what they're doing. They're coming hard. We keep telling you. So,
all right. So it's at 1:30. So let's put Beck's flyers on.
And if you're near one of these locations, we encourage you to get down there and show your support. First up, we've got Mondays at Maggie's. Mondays from 11 a.m. Macquarie Street, Sydney, at the Governor's House.
Go, Franco.
Also, every morning at 10 a.m, meet at the National Rock Gardens in Canberra for the Governors again.
Yeah, the boys are choice.
Every Saturday, Little Burley Markets, Forest of the Fallen, Canberra, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday, Daily Prayer Space with Melissa. The details for that one are on the flyer. On Monday, 23rd of September at 7 p.m, sharp till 9 p.m, at My Place in Frankston, Time to Rise with Craig Cole. On Thursday, the 26th of September at 7:30 p.m, empowering your children with the tools to say no. You can find the link on the My Place Facebook page. Also, I've shared this post on my page so you can find it there or in the events group. It's time to say no more. No more grooming in our schools. Join us to hear what plan we have coming up to help your children take their stand. Speakers in the Zoom meeting is Craig Cole, Penny Johnston, Glenn Fisher, Matt Lawson and Renee MacDonald. A free speech rally coming up in Melbourne at Flagstaff Gardens, Saturday, October 5th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Rally against the Misinformation Disinformation Bill. Also, just a quick reminder, 1,000 Epic Days at the GGs, November 2nd and 3rd. Support our freedom fighters, save the date, Camping at Epic and Black Mountain.
All right, thanks, Beck. All right, so
right.
There's a lot of stuff that's breaking loose, especially in the entertainment industry regarding P. Diddy. So we might just cover that quickly.
Yeah, and guys, tomorrow night we got Craig. Well, I remember we got Craig Cole on tomorrow night. Okay, he's going to promote. He's doing talks around New South Wales. So yeah, we'll have him with us tomorrow night, Cazza.
Okay. Look, first of all, let's just start now. Archbishop, just listen to the first bit.
A few weeks ago, an important collaborator of Hillary Clinton, John Podesta, was arrested for pedophilia and child pornography. I'm referring to Slade Summer, a man with ties to the world of Broadway and cinema, who played a role in the effort to debunk the infamous Pizzagate affair. That is, the network, filthy complicity and horrendous crimes against minors that revolves around the international deep state.
Now, the interesting part about that is that actually the Catholic bishops was the first network of spies, believe it or not. And the reason being is that because people went to confession, and so what would happen is they'd basically take notes and they set up their own network, okay, spy network and things like that. Now, but he is in a position as the bishop to know if that's correct or not. Now, he would not come out and say that if it wasn't correct, especially since he's been so demonized and the church want to actually excommunicate him. So he's been calling this out from the beginning. So for him to come out and say that John Podesta has been arrested, and it's a matter of fact, I have not seen John Podesta for a very long time. So now what is interesting about that as well is Chester Bennington's son, who now Chester Bennington was the lead singer of Linkin Park. Now he's actually come out And he said, his name is Jamie Bennington, and he has said that he believes his father was murdered. Now, for a long time, there's been a lot of interesting rumours about Chester Bennington being the son of John Podesta. And this son has come out, and he actually mentions Hillary Clinton befriending the band in this. Okay, now he's actually come out and he said he wants to look into his father's murder, into his father's death. He believes that his father was murdered. So, and there was rumours at the time that Chester Bennington was putting out a movie or information with regards to child trafficking. So, lots of interesting stuff.
It goes deep, people. It goes very, very deep. You're about to find out. As I said, you know, P. Diddy's was an unsealed indictment, unsealed charges or indictment. Okay, that's what it was. He said it. It was unsealed. All right. So yeah, it started. It has started. Now, will we see anything from it? Will we see arrests? Who knows? I don't know. Again, it could be like the Epstein files. You know.
Yeah, no, I think we will. Now,
I think we will too. I know we will.
So you've got these people have deleted their social media accounts. There's Usher, and Jaguar Wright has come out and said something very, very nasty about Usher. And you've also got Megan Fox, Pig, but this one here, this is very interesting. So the office of Barack and Michelle Obama, and this is private, only 2 followers. So isn't that interesting that they've basically locked down their social media?
This is a movie, man, eh? These people wouldn't be locking them down now. You would have locked them down and had them, you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, the plot thickens. But, man, yeah, I believe we're going to see people getting taken down too, Caz. You're going to see like Diddy's not getting out of this too easy. You know what I mean? He's going to squeal like a pig, and then a lot of things are going to go down. But, guys, there was, what was it, 480,000 indictments they ended up with or something. Each of those containing X amount of number. I've heard various numbers, but, I'm sticking with about 99 to 100 of them in each indictment. So, man, that's a lot of people. And this is every country, every Western country around the world, guys. This is massive, massive. No wonder it's taken time. So, as I say, get ready, because the next few months, as we've told you, it's just going to get more hectic and more hectic. And that's what we're seeing. All right, but we're also seeing a hell of a lot of exposure. But to keep doing in your communities what you are doing, all right, because this is distraction as well. All right, as much as it's good information, it's distraction to keep you away from doing what, means to happen, which is council meetings, on the ground, talking to people, school boards, all right, libraries, right, not standing for it, guys. Do not conform.
That's it. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. Look, so now T-Man has said some really interesting stuff over the weekend. Listen to this very carefully, guys.
Conversations with various representatives of China. I believe that will all work out very well for everybody. China, Japan, the United States, and everybody in the region. As far as the currency devaluations, I've been complaining about that for a long time. And I believe that we will all eventually, and probably very much sooner than a lot of people understand or think, we will be all at a level playing field. Because that's the only way it's fair. That's the only way that you can fairly compete in trade and other things. And we will be on that field, and we will all be working very hard to do great for our country. But it has to be fair, and we will make it fair. I think the United States is going to be an even bigger player than it is right now by a lot.
All right. Now, on that, there's a couple of really interesting things. So in this, they're talking about Elon Musk. Okay, is he happy he bought Twitter? Now, what's actually happening, and I didn't know this, there's a lawsuit going on in the background because all of the advertisers on Twitter conspired and coordinated to remove the advertising fund, but the value of Twitter has gone up. Now there is a rumor that that Elon's just a front, and that Twitter was actually purchased with RICO seized assets. So whether that's true or not, we don't know. But that is the rumor that's been sort of around for a while. Now, the other thing about it is gold. Let's have a look at that. So the price of gold, unbelievable, $3,856. So it's, wow, it's going up. Now,
So
the
that
other thing about it,
that ring's worth a few bucks, you know. Good. Might be able to trade that for a steak meal.
Now the other thing about it, the other thing that
I would never trade my wedding ring. Go.
So what Trump's actually talking about is he's actually talking about when he says the revalue, he's actually talking about revaluation. He didn't use that terminology, but he said the devaluation of the currencies. Well, if they're all on a level playing field, that's what the revaluation is. Then he goes on to drop this little nugget.
That's what Rob Cunningham told us the other day.
We're going
to
put a temporary cap on interest rates on credit card debt at 10%. Some people are paying 25 and 30%. It's crazy. You know, in theory, that's against the law, okay, called the usury laws. But in theory...
Did you catch it?
Yeah.
Usury laws.
Yeah.
Usury laws. Yeah. So Rob Cunningham, everything that Rob Cunningham talked to, guys, if you haven't seen that interview with Dave and Rob Cunningham and Dr. Jen Harper, it's fantastic. Go and listen to it because it's it's really interesting. But everything that Rob Cunningham was talking about is we're actually starting to see physical manifestations of it.
Yep, sure is. That's what I said. I wasn't touching this financials until I was confident God had given me the right person. And yeah, him and Jan were the right two people, mate, to link it all in together. Even a newbie that watched that would get a really good grasp of what's going on, you know, because Jan jumped in and actually gave a history of, you know, the three entities, the Vatican, the DC, and bloody London City. Yeah, and so it was a great show all around too, guys. You know what I mean? Just for anyone who, is new to the channel, I would go and watch that and get a background, all right?
That's it. All right, last little tidbit of information is that Vladimir Putin has decided to fast-track Australians. So, he's basically welcoming Australia because of the destructive values of the Australian government. So, you can basically become a permanent resident. And I believe 30 Scottish families have actually taken up that opportunity and moved to Russia.
Yeah, not a stupid thing to do, guys. All right, yeah. It's, as I say, Russia. Yeah, they're putting that much crap on Russia. Russia's a beautiful place. They got some lovely, bits of the country. I wouldn't like to be up near Siberia or anything, but I mean, yeah, it's and how is that for Putin to just open his borders for like good citizens or good people, I should say? Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's very, very interesting, Caz. Very interesting.
All right, I'll let you wrap up and I'll grab our outro. We've been taken out by Steve Vouse, Renegades, in honor of our renegade women, Renegade Rosie and Renegade Check, actually, this week.
Cool. All right, yeah, well, again, guys, we're starting another week. You're going to see a lot of stuff coming out again. All right, I do believe that, this week, it'll start again tomorrow and over in the Big Smoke. And, I'll get onto a couple of people and see what's happening. But we're right in the height of the war, guys, all right? And, just keep your head on a swivel, right? Watch what's going on out there. Be careful. There's rallies and that on coming up. Okay, remember, we're going to have, provocateurs at these things. Okay, so, again, we got, actually, I know, but funny that one in Sydney, Caz, I think there's politicians, or I do know that there's a politician flying up from Melbourne to actually speak at that. So, again, could be the good old politician verb up there again, but who knows what's going on. I only hear what I hear. But, whatever you're doing, guys, get out there, let people know, and get the conversation going, right? That's what it's about. All right, have a great Monday evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
Night, guys.
From Nazareth they came with ragtag bands to bring the revolution. Some would make him king, others couldn't stand that. The cross was a solution, but he rose again. Wise men followed him, but he rose again. Wise men followed him. Thank God for the renegades and the lions they lead far ahead of their time. Without the renegades, Lord knows where we'd be. When it comes to heroes, renegades are mine. They railed against the crowd, another ragtag man declaring independence. Laid their bodies down on a bloody road, at liberty for their descendants. Thanks to the renegades, free today. Thanks to the renegades, we're free today. Thank God for the renegades and the lives they lead far ahead of their time. Without the renegades, Lord knows where we'd be. When it comes to heroes, renegades are mine. Where are the renegades in the world today? Where are the renegades in the world today? Thank God for the renegades and the lives they lead far ahead of their time. Without the renegades, Lord knows where we'd be. When it comes to heroes, renegades are mine. When it comes to heroes, renegades are